Hey fam, hey, welcome back to my channel. Here we are at the finale episode of Sister Wives Season 18. How many of you got out your bag of popcorn and waited to watch the meltdown of the century? Y'all, that was a mess. That was a complete mess. And we're going to get into it. So sit back, relax, and I'm going to see y'all right after the jingle. All right, everybody. So when we come back after the jingle and we come back after some commercial breaks, we open on Meri again talking about her anniversary. Remember last episode, she talked about how she called Cody and she said happy anniversary. And he basically is like, I don't even know why you called me. We are not in a marriage relationship. She said that she thought he stopped himself from saying, but we're not even met. And that's what she thought he was going to say. We're not even married. So this week, she's talking about how there was an anniversary where they went out to dinner and he cheers her to new beginnings. Well, here's the thing. What he forgot to add was a new beginning without you. As sad as that is, he was never going to get back with you. I don't care what story he told Suki last year at the one-on-one. There was never an opportunity for him to get married with you. If we think about it, he has gone back and forth about this whole thing for a very long time. One week, he's like, there's no way I would ever get married to her again. I don't want to be in that kind of a relationship. I think there were a few seasons ago that he told Nancy that he didn't feel safe. That's a word that they use a lot. This is not a safe conversation. We're going to have a safe talk. I don't feel safe to bring my kids around the other kids. But he has said that about Meri. And then there's all of a sudden this time when Christine supposedly freaked out at a party because he told her there's a possibility that Meri and I could work this out. And so he decided not to because Christine had a meltdown, right? Like he really takes into consideration whether any of his wives, except for the favorite wife, has a meltdown. And then here he is sitting again at the table later on in the episode and tells her that I can't be what you want me to be. But we'll get to that. So he says, or she says that he looks at her during that time or sometime after and says, it's not going to happen. We are not going to be in the same kind of relationship that we have been in before. It's not going to happen. Of course, Meri then reminisces on the fact that, when they got married, as in with all of these marriages, they made a commitment. And she says, well, there's no commitment and no covenant. And she even goes as far to say that he's broken it well before the catfishing. Yeah, Meri, your covenant and commitment was broken the moment Robyn walked into the family. Even more specifically, when you thought, I guess out of the goodness of your heart, that you would divorce Cody and let Robyn marry him for the sake of the children. I'm sure that someone has said this before, but I'm going to say it again. I believe that Meri did think she was doing a good thing. But I think she thought she was doing a good thing and a thing that was coming. I don't know that Cody would have ever asked her to get divorced in order to marry Robyn to adopt the kids. Because number one, Cody has said, now we know we can't always believe what Cody says, but Cody has said that he would never say to a wife, I divorce you. He would also never tell them to leave. But I think that he would not have asked Meri to do this because he knows what it would have looked like for sure, when it came to his marriage with Robyn. The wives already had made it very clear that they thought he was favoring her, that she was the chosen one, she was the queen wife, all of those things. And so to have asked Meri to divorce him to adopt the kids in public, I'm going to put it in public on there. Because I'm not 100% sure that he didn't suggest it, whether directly or in a roundabout fashion. And I guess that's why I say I think Meri did a thing that she saw coming. It was inevitable. Yeah. I really do believe too. I just want to add, I think that covenant was probably broken before Robyn and Cody even got married. Probably in that white car that he sold last week. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. The words used in this episode were vulgar, disgusting, among other words. Meri used the word vulgar to describe Cody's treatment of her. Christine used the word disgusting when talking about Robyn still wanting Meri to hang on and be there with her, even though the relationship between Cody and Meri was long over. I know that Robyn wants to feign ignorance like she didn't see anything wrong, but if nothing else, you could see the separation in the marriage between Cody and Meri. I don't care how much you wanted it to work or how much you wanted Meri to stay around and be your lackey. You have to be deaf, dumb, and blind to not see that there was not a relationship, especially during the catfishing. Let me jog your memory. There was a scene, if you go back to the catfishing year, there's a scene where Meri calls Robyn over to tell her that the divorce is final. There is not a surprised look to be had in that room. Robyn knew what state the marriage was in. They all knew the state that the marriage was in. They had to. For Meri to have done what she did or had happened to her what happened to her, there had to be something lacking in not only the relationships with the other wives, but especially the relationship with Cody. You were supposed to be her ride or die. She's the one who brought you into this family. You're the one who says that you knew Meri and was the closest to Meri. I understand things happen in friendships and relationships where you don't always know what's happening, but you can't tell me that you didn't know because we've heard Janelle say that Cody can't hold water. You know that there was a problem between Meri and Cody. Stop acting. You're not good at it. Just stop. They don't give awards for reality TV fakeness. Cut it out. Janelle and Christine take a road trip to Idaho to visit Christine's brothers. One brother is from her mother, and the other brother is from the other mother. I know that sounds crazy, but they are her brothers indeed. They decide to just go ahead and have some fun. They know that there's probably going to be conversation about the divorce, but for the most part, we see them just having fun, hiking. They went out and visited some mountains and took a picture. I'm pretty sure that one of the pictures that I have used in my past YouTube videos is the picture that they took in front of the mountain. I just love that Christine keeps iterating and saying, no matter what, Janelle is my sister wife. No matter what, Janelle is my sister wife. I absolutely love it. Of course, it's biting Cody's behind. He is big mad about their friendship and basically says that their relationship is newfound because basically it was pretty contemptuous when they lived together. Here's the thing. People change. People grow up. Just because you didn't doesn't mean that they can't. If they have found a way to be friends, whether they had cat fights, whether they had whatever, they have found a way through raising your children when you weren't around to have a camaraderie. It's okay. It's all right. You got Robyn. You're good. You got your Batman. You got your Robyn, because she is the Batman, y'all. Don't let Robyn fool you. Her name might be Robyn, but she is definitely the Batman in that relationship. They talk about food storage and how in their faith it was suggested that they have an amount of food, a large amount of food, because of course, if something were to happen, you want to make sure that you have food. And they do a flashback, and I forgot, they do a flashback where they talk about literally buying a cow, chopping it up and freezing it, and it's like 800 pounds or 8 pounds, something like that. Not 8 pounds. It was a lot of meat. I can't remember the number, but it was a lot of meat that they would freeze. They talked about how they were freezing it in Christine's freezer when she moved away, but then now they have to pay for storage. I didn't realize that Robyn and Cody still did the food storage thing, or if it's food that has been left over. However that's working, good luck to you. I mean, they're hoarders in other ways, so why not food? Meri then, of course, chimes in her couch interview and she says, I never really sort of bought into that. That was a Christine and Janelle thing. So, yeah, I know that they expected it of us. They told us we should do it, but I didn't really buy into it. So I guess my question is like, was there already separation? Like you already had sort of this separation of mind. We talked a lot about how the family was supposed to be on one accord. You made a mission statement. You did all of these things that sort of made us believe that you were this one band, one sound kind of a family. We knew that there was cracks. Let's just go back and say we knew that there were cracks, but there was already sort of a separation in thought. You were already all not on one page. Because if you didn't believe in the food storage, it was a Christine and Janelle thing. Then you got this 10 years younger wife who she buys it because that's what you're supposed to do. All this craziness. Yeah, y'all were doomed from the beginning, child. Y'all were totally doomed from the beginning. So then we see Cody riding in on his very nice four-wheeler. I don't think I've heard a content creator who follows this show yet not express that is a very nice, pretty expensive four-wheeler that he is riding. That thing had a back seat for Robyn. You know that's who it was for. It probably had a radio, some heat-seeking missiles. I don't know, but that thing was sharp. And from what I understand, that particular four-wheeler is about $10,000. So while you're selling stuff, maybe that should go on the list. I mean, all your wives are gone, so is their money. He comes riding in for the final showdown. I don't know why he and Robyn try to act like they don't live in the same place and show up on two different or in two different vehicles. It's starting to get on my nerves. Like, quit playing in our face, okay? Stop. Anyway, they show up for the final showdown. Meri is sitting on the park bench on the Coyote Pass property. That is the only thing that has been put there so far. Notice I did not say built because nothing has been built on that property. And she's waiting for Robyn and Cody to show up. Of course, they sit down and she talks a lot about what needs to be talked about before Cody jumps into, well, I hear you want to build on the property. Let's just go walk it. Robyn and Meri say, listen, you are skipping a lot of conversations that need to happen. Let's talk about me and you, bruh, because you done said some things behind my back that let me know you ain't really feeling it. And I'm tired. This is the point where I went back to being on Team Meri. I know, I said it. Team Meri. I have gone back because today she woke up. It was kind of like when you have been, okay, let me put it this way. I was watching a television show the other day, and in the television show, there was a woman who was falsely put into a mental hospital, and they were giving her medicine to keep her sedated. They felt like she needed this medicine because they thought that she was seeing things, and in reality, she was seeing what she told them she saw. A friend came by and said, listen, if you want to get out of here, you are going to have to stop saying what you're saying for now, and you're going to have to stop taking that medicine. So it's almost like Meri had a friend come by and say, listen, stop drinking the Kool-Aid and open your eyes and see what's going on around you. And did she? Meri talked about how she did not think that the splitting of the property was fair. She did not think that what he said about her was at all nice. She told Robyn she gonna have to just let her go. Meri just laid it on out. She laid it on out. And she even used the words, it's not fair that you two, but for the both of you have 8, Janelle has 4, and I have 2. In her couch interview, she goes on to say, basically, I'm not a wife anymore, so he doesn't want to give me anything, but I put my money in it, so run me my dough, run me my property. If Meri is smart, once they pay that property off, she will sell her property to someone else, take the money, and run. You're already in Utah. Just take that money, sell that piece of property. He can't stop you once he deeds it to you, and go on about your life. Please. I mean, she maybe has already done that because, of course, this was not in current time. This is about a year ago. So hopefully she's done that with the land, because I noticed that it did just get paid off not too long ago. So I hope they gave her what was hers and she sold it. And I hope somebody come out there and just build something massive on her property if she sold it. I wish somebody would. I'd buy her property and then just go build some like gaudy like strip mall or something out there, because then he won't want to live out there. And from other YouTubers, I hear that their neighbors are not really fans of them. I also heard, I'm going to tell you, word on the street is hot. Word on the street is that their house, the house that Robyn and Cody lives in, is worth more. Just the house that they live in is worth more than the Coyote Pass property. That is crazy. Come on now. Tell me y'all didn't get taken for a ride, because you really did. Wow. So then, of course, they're sitting there talking about everything. And Robyn says, well, like if we ever got divorced, my property's going to go to my kids. But like if we ever got divorced, I'm just kidding, honey. I'm just kidding. I know it was a terrible joke. I'm just kidding. Did Robyn just hint that she might leave him? Then Meri says, well, you're counted with Cody because I paid into it. You guys are together. Janelle paid into it. Christine paid into it. If I was Meri, I would have said, what did you pay into it? Nothing. You didn't pay nothing. So when Robyn then starts to explain the whole passing down to her children, she looks to Cody and says, right, Cody, that's what you were thinking. It would go to the kids. And he said, no. She's like, okay, well, listen, don't say anything. Don't say anything because you're in a bad headspace. Don't say anything. What she didn't want to let him say was, because what she just said is exactly right. Those 8 acres are mine and yours. Because we're going to be like this. Remember when he put his hands together and he said, you're going to be like this. We're going to be like this. He meant in everything. Unless you leave him. Just saying. Then Meri says, is it okay if I just, drop a bomb? Girl, Robyn's eyes got so big, she was like, oh, here we go. Here we go. And then, of course, we go to commercial break. When we come back, we're back in Utah. Or Idaho. Sorry, we're back in Idaho. Christine talks about how she is more clear financially. It was easier for her to just give them the property and keep the proceeds from her house and all that stuff. That his name used to be on her house in Las Vegas, but then he took his name off the house to go buy the house with Robyn. And she said that's why Janelle's still there. Because she doesn't have anything in her name. It's all mixed up with everybody else. And then, of course, Cody has to come in and say, well, we're all in the same boat. All of our names are mixed up on stuff. Child, get out of here. Of course, she is saying again, when talking about Cody and how free she feels and how wonderful it is to have found her own life in Utah, she's saying what she feels like Janelle needs to hear. She wants to sort of keep putting that bug in her ear. Listen, if you want to leave Cody, it's okay. And she even says, it's okay on the other side. And it is. When we go back to Meri, Cody, and Robyn at Coyote Pass, she decides to soften her blow in what she's going to say. And she says, I've decided I was up at the B&B and it needs me. The B&B needs me. Well, of course, Robyn chimes in and says, oh, so you're going to be doing like a temporary thing? Like you're just going to be like a temporary move when you go up there? No, Robyn, read between the lines. I am leaving for good. I am not staying here. Because you and him are a monogamous couple. Not monogamist. There's no T on the end of it. Monogamous couple. And she says to Robyn, I don't deserve to be here and by myself like I have been for the last several years. What I wish she would have gone ahead and said was, because you don't call either, B. Get out of here. You didn't invite me to Easter. You didn't invite me to second Christmas. You don't call me. I'm out. Of course, she puts it more on the relationship with Cody and her, and I get that. She wants to try to maybe keep a shred of a friendship with Robyn. But good for Meri, because she is finally choosing herself. And I love that she says, I don't care what he feels or what she feels. If he's excited or she's upset, I am going to go live my life. Finally, Meri, thank you so much for not drinking the Kool-Aid anymore, waking up and choosing you. I love that she calls Cody out for what he has said about her. I love that. I have to say that Cody seemed a little scared that she will say things that he has said and what we've heard, and he doesn't want that said in public, which is why I think he did go to Meri and say, no, let's not talk about it in public. I think there were some things that he said that were probably worse than what we have heard him say. So if you can even imagine, like, can you imagine if he's willing to say some of those things about her in a couch interview, what he's actually said to her face, right? So then, of course, Robyn tries to help. Well, he's not saying that. She's not saying that. They're not saying that. And finally, Meri just goes, can I talk? Can I talk? Can I try to do what I'm supposed to do for my marriage right now? Whether it's falling apart or not, we don't need you. Yeah, Robyn, shut up. Stop playing, as Janelle said, therapist Robyn. Cut it out. It's not your business. Why are you even there? Oh, he's being a jackass. You're being a know-it-all. Just cut it out, right? Just cut it out. We have heard that you need to move away, though, for a very long time, Meri. So it's just time for you to move away, right? I'm glad that you have decided to do what you're going to do. I think it's right that you don't want to be in what's called, or what he called, a duty-bound marriage. Who wants that? I like that Meri tells him, it doesn't mean I'm not mad at you for what we promised each other. I didn't get that. Now, of course, Robyn has stormed off and in a huffy, in a hissy fit. I can't sit here. Well, don't sit here. Bye. See ya. We don't need you here. Go take a walk. Take a walk off a short cliff. Do whatever you need to do. Is that the saying? Short pier. Take a long walk off a short pier. Yeah, go do that. Whatever. They decide they want to be friends in the departure. Are you, though? You're not going to be friends. Then, of course, he talks about acting in the marriage. And he says, well, the acting was easy. It was a performance. Now, at this very moment, I should have really been concentrating on that and being mad, which I was. But I also noticed, did you see Robyn's new ring? Like, how he got the big stallion or the horse ring? She got a new ring too, y'all. He said that he was willing to fake being in love with Meri. Fake being in love. Yeah, I don't think you faked anything except faking that you could stand being in a room with her. Faking that you really wanted her at a Thanksgiving dinner or a Christmas celebration. Faking that you could stand even sitting at this picnic table with her. Meri says it's not going to change our relationship, ours, and Cody grunts. Robyn says, you promise? Girl, I'm going to tell you what. Like I said before, you don't call her. You don't invite her to things. You don't treat her like a friend. Kick rocks. Then, of course, we end with the long hugs goodbye. He says, I hope she finds peace, because I will. Wow, Cody. We hope she finds peace, too. A peace. Just leave that there. They leave Robyn. Cody gets on his nice $10,000 four-wheeler. Meri gets in her car. And Robyn just decides to sit at the picnic table and sob. They show a flashback to them being on the property for the very first time and jumping into the infested water. It's not a pond. I heard another YouTuber say, stop calling it that. It really, stop calling it that. And then, of course, Robyn gives us one final soliloquy for the season. I just wanted to sit on a porch with my sister wives and watch our grandchildren. Well, if you had wanted that, Robyn, you would have done more to create and facilitate those relationships. Did you ever sit on the porch with your sister wives when you had the opportunity and they all liked each other and kind of liked you? No, the one time you sat on a porch was when Christine told you that she was leaving, and you called her a liar because you said that her relationship was not what she said it was. You were sitting on the porch with your sister wives then, and you didn't really treat them much like sister wives. Watch it back. Next week is the tell-all. It's a 4-part one-on-one tell-all. And even in the preview, Robyn takes a shot at Christine. I'm going to tell you, I have never seen somebody so pressed about a person who is not there. Can you please let this woman go on with her life and you go on with your life? If you're not happy to be where you are, go. You've had 3 very good examples of how to do that. Get on. I do want to double back and talk a little bit about my friend Janelle. Janelle did say that she is still spiritually married to Cody, but does not know how to get this divorce from him. Well, I think Robyn gave you instructions. Stupid as they may be, she did give you instructions on how to get divorced. But Janelle, it's really as simple as just walking away. Because if you don't believe in the faith anymore, just because you believe in plural marriage doesn't mean that you have to stay in a marriage with a man you don't want to be in it with, and you can just consider yourself divorced. That's all I can say on that, because I am not an expert in any of the religions that this is attached to. We don't do that at my house. That's all I can say. All right, y'all. I'm going to see y'all next week for part 1. I don't know how much faith I have in Suki. We all know that she does not ask the real hard-hitting questions. But we're going to see. We're going to make it do what it do. All right, y'all. Remember, if there's anything you want to do, please go ahead and do it. There's enough room for everybody. Everybody deserves to be happy. Live your life. Go ahead. All right, y'all. Peace, love, and hair grease. We out.